This Saturday morning action cartoon review comes from Collins Vincent, and thanks for the request. You know those old Skechers commercials you used to watch on a kid's channel? Yeah, apparently they had an animated show that ran on Nicktoons back in 2010, which for the life of me, I did not know even existed. So I had to do some research and watch some episodes online to see if I would be able to enjoy this series. And I don't think this is an action cartoon that aired on a Saturday morning, but I'm gonna do the review anyway since you asked me to. So the show was basically a Nicktoons cartoon about three superheroes with the radical names of Z-Strap, Queel Breeze, and Elastica, who are based on a Skechers sneakers. And basically after watching the show, I can safely say it's a 30-minute sneaker commercial. Not only were the shoes never mentioned as it went on, it became a dark story hinting that a vast conspiracy at work. Now, I do thank you, Collins, for recommending me this series. However, I'm going to have to give my honest opinion on this show. So let's get to the characters, starting with Jason James slash Z-Strap. He is the loner of the three that loves to free run over the Stankville, and I swear his superhero persona looks a lot like Deadpool. And he can turn his appendage into metal objects, spears, cages, and blocks, etc. We then get to Matt Martin, aka Queel Breeze. Matt is the younger brother of Elastigirl and is basically a fanboy of Jason. His powers are manipulation of ice, and so far he is shown to be extremely powerful and skilled in their use. And lastly, we get to Ellie Martin, aka Elastica. Ellie is the older sister of Matt that always has something to do or somewhere to be. She seems to be a pretty busy girl and almost has no time for fun. Her powers are basically to stretch her hair, and that's pretty much it. The characters in this show are all cliche. Jason is the annoying little brother, Ellie is basically the bratty older sister, and Jason is just unlikable and a sort of an asshole of the group. All of these kids are just bland and not interesting. And with characters like these being this uninteresting, it really didn't help me to get through the series. So the show is basically about these three teenagers that get these powers by this green chemical that automatically turns them into superheroes. Like, I'm not even kidding. They automatically turn into superheroes. And without any training, they were able to beat the bad guys easily. Yeah, and the plot is basically our cliched heroes fighting the mutant monsters in the post-apocalyptic future. What about this show does not sound cliche? But overall, the series is just very forgettable, and I can kind of see why nobody really talks about it. But even ignoring its 22-minute commercials, it's still unremarkable and forgettable. It's an action show, but the battles and the confrontations are no more attention-grabbing than their scenes of normal life, making the whole show a chore to sit through with no excitement to be had or expected. The forgettable music, character art designs, which itself is embarrassingly to behold, and the flat color palette only helps to quicken the audience's malaise. The only nice thing I can say is that it doesn't treat itself as a commercial and avoids name dropping, but it still makes it a failure based on the fundamentals of being an advertisement. The show is below average in every category. Zevo 3 feels as though the staff who worked on the show tried to make it as boring as it was to develop for. So the fact that the show only exists to sell merchandise isn't a problem. It's just not good. There is certainly worse cartoons out there, but it's just very below average. The episodes I saw gave me no reason to recommend it or continue watching. I'm not gonna say the show didn't have potential. An action cartoon featuring a team of heroes battling hideous mutants for some reason seems too hard to ruin, but there's just not much there. But overall, the series is completely forgettable. At best, it feels like a fifth-rate Generator Rex. It's not the worst thing ever, but a long way from good. Zevo 3 gets a 2.8 out of 10. And I'm sorry, Collins, if you didn't like this video. Again, it's just my opinion. If you liked it, good for you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, but for me, yeah, it's just very dull. This is Red Wolf signing out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.